All right, rise and shine, you guys. Thursday, October the 2nd. It's currently right now 8:32 a.m. on the clock, and we are at the planetary hour of Mars. All right, it looks like we're currently with the moon in Aquarius at 8 degrees and 59 minutes. We're going to peek into the ninth degree with the Sabian symbol. A flag turned into an eagle is the Sabian symbol. It says taking steps to realize the dream. It is not enough to have a dream. You must also take action to make it come true. All right. So in transits today, we have I don't know why I'm all the way in December in here. Let's see. We've got Venus in Virgo with a sesqui quadrant over to Pluto in Aquarius, Mercury in Libra with a biquintile over to the North Node Pisces, Moon in Aquarius all day with a square over to Mars in Scorpio trine to the Sun in Libra. We're going to see the biquintile to Venus in Virgo, a semi-square to Saturn in Pisces in retrograde, a quintile to Chiron in Aries in retrograde, a semi-square to Neptune in Aries in retrograde, and then a quincunx to Venus in Virgo. It looks like a little bit of slight tension today, more so. But I do like this trine with the Sun in Libra, and that one's fairly close, more than likely during this reading or a little bit um, within the next, like I say, 2.5 hours. We will be seeing that trine taking place. All right, this is an auspicious time. It looks like air energy, so anything to resolve or bring in some sort of harmony or diplomacy to a situation. All right, utilizing the intellect is of significance here. Okay, looks like we've already crossed over the square to Mars in Scorpio, and yesterday we saw the conjunction to Pluto in Aquarius. So that could have been a little bit tough because Pluto's all about the transformation. All right, that needs to take place. The Sun in Aquarius is coming out here, so idealism. And from the 6th to the 10th degree of Aquarius with the moon, it speaks about idealization. All right, so it says each of us in our own unique fashion is a channel for ancient archetypes, yet so too is our lot to break with tradition by creating new ideas with idealized intentions. As Gandhi said, we must become the change that we want to see in the world. And as all great teachers demonstrate, we must reject the illusion of fame and or fortune. All right. So I've got the Sun in Pisces here with vision. All right. So let's be a little bit more idealistic with our visions for the near future. All right. And it says here, Saturn in Pisces energy, which is a current transit that's in retrograde here, speaks about losses. Jupiter in the sign of Cancer, which also is a current transit, speaks about speculation. All right, so there is with Aquarius in Cancer's energy, it's a quincunx, right? Sorry, yes, that's a quincunx. But for Pisces to Cancer's energy, it technically is supposed to be a trine. So even if there feels like there's going to be some sort of loss here, there's speculation happening. So I'm pretty sure it's something that can be resolved. All right, let's just see. So there could be a lot of subconscious energy going on with the 12th and the 4th houses being ruled by obviously water signs, right? Let's just call it like in your feelings type of energy. And then Saturn wants to bring structure to the situation while Jupiter can actually make something bigger than what it actually really is. Okay, so let's see. Jupiter and Aquarius's energy here with innovation. Let's just put this down here. I'm seeing the Sun in Scorpio with endurance. All right, so if you have, like, let's just say a specific project and where you're being idealistic and you want to start getting innovative, all right, endurance is of significance. So lots of determination in that specific direction. I do see hand in hand Aquarius and Scorpio's energy, which is at a square. All right, so that could be like tension. And then I see Aquarius's energy again with eccentricity. So you're very smart, unique, you know, original, whatever it is that you do. And it could be that the energy is needing to be used to inspire. Okay. So again, if there feels like there's a sense of loss here, that's just speculation. All right. If you're being idealistic and you're more so a visionary, Sun in 12th house energy, I'm also seeing the sun in 8th house energy. There's a lot of water energy here. So if the mind and or the emotions are coming like hand in hand, it can be the speculation of a loss, quote unquote. All right. Down at the bottom of the deck, it could be some sort of manipulation that's happening in the energy. All right, so let's just see what comes out here. I'm gonna go into Light Seers Tarot. Saturn in Pisces, Jupiter in Cancer. Saturn in Pisces is at 27 degrees and 38 minutes, and Jupiter is at 22 degrees and 38 minutes. So they're legit like 5 degrees apart, which is, think about it, something that needs discipline and structure, and something that wants to expand and grow. But then it kind of feels bigger than what it is, because Jupiter is, again, it's so expansive, right? Especially in the house of home, and then we have Saturn trying to create structure to the subconscious state in the 12th house. All right, let's look at the Sun in Aquarius's energy. 4 of Cups is here, so this definitely has a lot to do. It's like Moon in Cancer, anything that has a lot to do with inner feelings. Okay, anything that makes you feel like you have a sense of rejection or neglection or whatever that may be to the emotional state. All right, let's look at the Sun in 12th house energy, the Sun in Pisces, the 4 of Wands. So now it's bringing out situations involving the home, marriage. And then again, if you're taking a loss, then of course you're not happy about it, okay? That's what it looks like here. So you're not happy about something in the home environment, or you're not happy about something in your marriage, or you're not happy about something in your community, right? Something like this. So let's look at the Saturn in Pisces energy. All right, so Aquarius is, if you guys are going through a difficult situation within a marriage or within the home environment or something like this, it can be speculation that you feel a sense of quote unquote loss. The Ace of Cups. It could be within your love life. All right. The Ace of Cups could definitely be affecting one's emotional state. And that could be very well seen as I split the deck. It's given the Sun card energy here with the World card. So your happiness is coming to an end, right? Let's see. The speculation here with Jupiter in Cancer's energy. What does it give us? The Page of Swords. Maybe it's more so like on display for everybody to see. All right, the speculation of what's typically going on in your life right now. All right, whether you are Sun in Aquarius, Sun in Pisces, it basically says you have an emotional loss going on right now. And the speculation could be that everybody is kind of spying in on what you have going on right now. Queen of Pentacles, you may feel more grounded than ever, because normally if you're in this energy, you're probably more down to earth. You're spending a lot of time alone. You're going to be just kind of resting and rejuvenating a little bit more. It kind of gives me a heavy sense of meditation, okay? So that just kind of gives me so that you can kind of get your mind right, King of Swords energy, and stay concentrated on something so that your heart space is not focused on wherever you feel like you had a sense of loss, okay? And that's just the way that you're going to choose to manifest moving forward. This is just the energy and the way I see it. So that you can base your at least mindset on what is to come that's going to bring a sense of happiness and or emotional balance back to your situation. All right. Let's look at the innovation card. Well, Three of Pentacles. Okay, so you could be focusing in on work. All right, you could be focusing in on an innovative project, something that you feel you have lots of endurance with. Again, it's calling for some sort of determination where you can utilize your eccentricity, your unique skills, all right, to focus in or inspire other people that may be going through the same type of energy, right? Mercury in Pisces is at its detriment. The way that your communication comes off is more so in a subconscious way or a more compassionate and vulnerable way rather than being too emotional about something. Mercury and Pisces is at its detriment. You're not going to be communicating as if it was Venus in Pisces, all right? The way that you're communicating it is doing it in a subconscious way. It's doing it in a quiet way, should I say, all right? Let's see. Show me the sun in Scorpio energy. So more than likely, if Mercurian energy is involved in the way that you're expressing your 12th house, your secrets, or what seems to be karmic challenges for you, or what seems to be things that may want to be hidden, you're more than likely going to be doing like in the media. All right, like everybody might be seeing your shit on display, but unfortunately, the way that you express your emotions would be like, how do I explain that? Keeping it to yourself, but putting it on a platform almost, so that you inspire other people that are going through what you're going through to be able to see how to deal with it and or how to do something innovatively. Okay, so Page of Wands, technically you get creative with it, right? You go towards a specific passion that you have, and that's the way that you express yourself. Okay, let's keep going here. So the Seven of Pentacles, you start investing in something that you can grow for you. I mean, this is so fucking smart, right? Like, who takes their hurt or their pain and puts it in an idealistic way to create something? That would be Aquarius, Pisces. You guys are not only intelligent, but Pisces energy, you guys are imaginative. Scorpio's energy, you know how to transform and or transmute the energy so it works in your favor rather than you sulking in sorrow, is what it feels like. All right, very smart thing to do. But there seems to again be a sense of loss and or speculation happening here. All right, come on. The Two of Pentacles, this is the way that you gain control of your situation. I like it. All right. And Two of Wands, you come up with a plan. You push forward. And then we got Ten of Cups again. You become emotionally balanced. Okay? So, let me just focus on this manipulation card here. Jupiter in Scorpio's energy could be the expansion of things that are mysterious. The expansion of, let's just say, things that were meant to be kept, quote unquote, secret, right? It does speak about a card that says, the card speaks about like prying out other people's secrets. So let's just say Ivory Tarot, okay? I know what my energy is like. Obviously, it's going to come out in the cards. It's going to come out in the overall energy when we do collective readings. But a manipulation would be having the smarts to manipulate someone else's mind and or emotional state. That's crazy. Look at this. Manipulate someone's mind and or emotional state, okay? Because this is kind of what it looks like. Your passion or whatever gives you a sense of drive or even your knowledge about something may tend to manipulate the situation. What is Jupiter? It is higher knowledge. It is you expanding in and or growing in a way that you get creative, right? How do you manipulate the situation? If it's something having to do with the emotional state, I see the 12th house, the 8th house, the 4th house here. That's all emotions, all right? It's all water energy. And then also we've got Aquarius out here 3 times. Sun in Aquarius, Jupiter in Aquarius, Saturn in Aquarius. That energy itself is going to bring the mind to like want to take action on something that you're passionate about, okay? But it's a way to be able to control the emotional state. All right, let's see. So again, it's giving me the only thing that I see here is that the Queen of Pentacles, she sits very grounded, very calculated in the near future by utilizing the mindset to overcome the feelings of the hurt. Okay, no matter what the situation may be. The Knight of Wands is here. The World card is here. The King of Cups is here. The Nine of Cups is here. The Nine of Swords is here. And the Hangman is here. Okay, so there could be a situation involving a Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, masculine. All right. There is this Knight of Wands energy where it feels like there could be a desire there. There could be a passion there. There could be a sense of drive behind whatever this is, or a sense of excitement. And where you're dealing with the ending of something. Obviously, you've taken a loss, right? The World card. It's Saturn. It says there's discipline, there's structures that's required in this ending, which is okay. Now, if you had a sense of a desire in the past with the Nine of Cups, currently right now it will be sitting in the energy of the Nine of Swords because of the loss. So not only is it affecting you in the past from your emotions being happy, now it's affecting your mental. Are you not seeing the 9-9? It's continuously coming through the reading that way. The emotions affecting the mental, right? So what do? You take a step back. This can be emotionally taking a step back, mentally taking a step back, spiritually taking a step back, materially taking a step. It doesn't matter. The Hangman says, okay, I need to do something different. What are you going to do? You're going to focus on something that you actually want to do. The Three of Pentacles is you step into your authority. It is you going after a passion, doing what you love to do for work, right? And then investing your time, your energy, and your resources into just that. So you plant those seeds and you wait for that shit to grow. I like it. It feels amazing, right? So if you're going through some sort of ending, hurt, loss, separation, breakup, it doesn't matter. The energy itself says it's manipulating. It's really not. Jupiter says you're going to utilize your mindset, your knowledge to transform Scorpio's energy, the emotional state, and or the way that you think of something. Okay? Let's see. So this is how you get your win. All right, this is how you get your win. This is how you step into your power. This is how you overcome the difficult situation that you're dealing with. Okay? And then you get recognized and rewarded for, again, being an inspiration to other people. All right, about how you've dealt with a situation that you've been going through that's more so 12th house energy. You want to keep hidden and or secret, or keep it to yourself, because it's something that you don't want to be revealed. It's the 12th house is an ending before it comes back to you. So let's speak about what's going on in the sign of Pisces. North Node is in Pisces. You could be highly spiritual. You could be going through situations in where you have to express your vulnerability. You have to be a little bit more compassionate, open it to love. And then we've got Neptune that's currently retrograding in the sign of Aries, which is the house of self, saying, okay, well, my imagination wants to create all these things, but who am I? Right? You're trying to figure that shit out. And on top of that, dealing with Chiron with specific core wound energies that are affecting that of a specific ending in your life, and where Saturn wants to create structure, right? Let's see. So it's going to not only affect you emotionally and or mentally, but it can also be like physically draining, okay? It's about how you transmute the energy. And because Mars is in Scorpio in its domicile, meaning it's its ruling planet, Scorpio wants to seek more so revenge, right? When it's in its domicile energy. It is a planet of war, of taking action. It is a planet of competition. It is in Scorpio's energy going to bring up the jealousy or the obsession of something. But if you know how to mentally deal with a situation rather than emotionally dealing with it, this is how you create the balance, okay? Well, 9 of Wands. It's the spiritual strength that's needed, because then you're going to tend to put up a boundary with you in situations that no longer serve. So if it's something that you know that could be distorting your mental or distorting your emotional state, it's more so going to say, okay, I need to push this away, right? I need to keep that at arm's length is kind of what it's giving me here. And that can be a bit dramatic to others with the devil being here. It's almost like you're evil, or you're in your egotistical or prideful type of energy. It's just more so that you don't step into an energy of obsession to say, okay, well, I have to deal with this right now, or I have to express my emotions, or you don't have to do anything. What you have to do is turn it and transmute the energy where it doesn't affect you as much as it would have, or create some sort of speculation over the type of loss that you're experiencing. I hope this makes sense. I really hope it makes sense. Because it can almost feel like the devil has a negative attachment on other situations that may be affecting you and how you're meant to inspire other people. Meanwhile, you're going through a specific loss, and it could be a loss in anything. I don't know. I just heard like the loss of a pet. I don't know what that means, but somebody could have recently just lost a pet. I apologize. I'm sorry. I don't know. I don't know what that. I mean, I do know what it feels like, but it could be the loss of a pet, is what I just heard. Okay. Let's see. Oh, that's why I heard that. I'm thinking like, where does pet sit in the astrological? Venus is in the sign of Virgo. Virgo rules over the pets. That's why I was like, a loss of a pet. What? But Venus would be like you connected to your heart space. Okay, connected to the heart space. It would have been something or an animal that you felt was like super valuable to you. I don't know. All right, the Fool card. So now you're setting yourself out on like this new journey, taking a risk, having to try and or do something different. Okay, maybe you're gonna go out and buy a new pet. I don't know. All right. The Seven of Wands. You feel like this time around you need to protect yourself. All right, defend yourself, guard yourself from situations that are either going to keep you discontent and bored. All right, it could be a situation where, again, let's say your pet was in your home and you are missing this pet. It's no longer there, right? Your heart is calling out for this pet, and everybody's kind of watching and saying, what's wrong with you? Are you okay? How are you doing? How are you making out? How can we make it better? That type of thing. And you're just like, well, let me just kind of sit with myself and ground myself, and let me go into nature or something so I can feel the energy of my pet. I'm just using this as an example. You're putting your mindset to that. Okay, well, now let me go get creative. Let me do something or get creative and doing something with work that says, okay, well, I can plant these seeds. I can, you know what I mean? Do something in the garden, right? That gives me a memory of every time I walk past it, I think of my pet. Something like that. All right. It's transmuting the energy to something positive rather than it being negative. All right. That's so weird. I've never gotten a message. I hope nobody uses their pet. Let's see. So 5 of Swords here, it could be like very like mentally conflicting. It could be like you overthinking situations, or you thinking the worst of a situation because of how you emotionally feel. All right. It could definitely feel like there's a lot of gossip about what's going on, what's happening here, what's happening there. It's more so just it's a mental thing. It's not that you actually have to express your emotions, because if we were looking on the opposite side of the 5 of Swords and we were looking at the 5 of Cups, you're technically experiencing loss, grievance, all right? And it could definitely be something that you kind of have to sit with for yourself, for a minute, all right? 9 of Pentacles, all right? So Venus and Virgo's energy, as I was just speaking about pets, this energy kind of makes you feel a little bit more free or independent, all right? Being more in a grounded state rather than being all up in your head about it, okay? So, again, transmuting the energy is what I want to call this. Let's see. The Empress. All right, so it's going to allow you to create something new. All right, it's going to allow you to step into your more feminine power, stepping into your yin. It's going to be, again, where you emotionally feel balanced. But you would need, obviously, a masculine energy to make that feel balanced. The masculine energy, being in the sign of Scorpio, is okay. How can I transmute this? Let's get creative. Let's take action on something, right? Because Saturn and Pisces, 8 of Cups, you're emotionally experiencing a loss that you have to withdraw from, all right? This is Queen of Cups, Cancer's energy. I'm seeing the 10 of Wands. It could be emotionally burdened to you, okay? And then you are going to end up seeking support from family, friends, whatever that may be, or just tapping into your intuition to see what your next move is going to be. That's like a Mercury Cancer energy. And then Saturn in Libra says you experience some sort of heartbreak, separation, loss, or it requires for you to bring structure to a specific energy that has brought in balance in your life, right? Libra's energy is balance. It's harmony in your life. So this could have been like you losing out on a loved one. Again, it could be anything. It could have been a family and friend that you feel like you've lost out on. Okay. And you're seeking the energy of that love again, that connection. So, I mean, I know he's like supposedly on this card courting someone, but it also feels like the horse is his friend. You know what I mean? Like that. The Ten of Pentacles is here. So this would have been something that would have been with you long term, whether it was a marriage, if you're getting divorced, if this was a pet that was part of the family for so long, all right? If you're losing a child, I mean, I don't know. It could be something that feels dreadful, right? You're not happy about it. But intuitively, you're going to tap in and feel like, okay, well, the manipulation here says, how can I transmute the energy? I'm going to do something creative and I'm going to speak about it, right? Jupiter and Gemini's energy. Because if not, Jupiter and Gemini is the Eight of Swords in tarot. It speaks here about like being a bit explosive, but in the mindset. Like you're overthinking a situation that's keeping you rather trapped, rather than you transmuting that energy and making it feel more so like getting creative. I would rather see a Eight of Wands, all right, with Mercury in Sagittarius's energy saying, okay, well, let's get a little bit more free-spirited here. Let's get adventurous. Let's go explore. What can we utilize this mental energy to transmute that and move it with a positive change rather than soaking in this mental state where it's like you're mind blown. You know what I mean? So, all right, let's move on. Let's move on. Whew. Thank you, Goddess of the Sea. Let me get a good shuffle again, you guys. I'm being called to pull the chakra. Hold on. All right, so you have desires here with the sacral chakra. This would be like a specific passion or a goal that you're craving to bring to fulfillment. We have the energy of love here. So you could be in this energy of like kindness, of this energy of giving and receiving, or is it that you actually desire love in your life right now? And that's perfectly fine. Everybody desires love in their life, right? Let's see. So that's what you want. You want a sense of equal give and take here with a specific goal, someone that you're passionate about, a craving. Again, I'm being drawn to like you desiring love. I don't know if you desire a pet. I'm trying to tell you. I don't know. There's something today about pets. Okay. I don't know where that message came from, but it was here. Let's see. Compassion. All right, is that what you seek, is compassion, a sense of empathy around you, or a sense of gentleness, acceptance? What is the other word? Just to be cared for. You know what I mean? Maybe that's what you desire, is love and compassion in your life. And that's 12th house energy. You know what I mean? That right here, desire, love, and compassion, that's giving me a Venus in Pisces. That legit is giving me a Venus in Pisces. And then you have to obviously connect with honesty and communicate that out, right? So if you're speaking something and you're getting creative, all right, then you're going to be a little bit more transparent and communicate your truth, okay? All right, you want a sense of sincerity around you, or honesty that's going to bring in where you draw in love and compassion, or rather give that out if it's an equal give and take. You know what I mean? That type of thing. All right, last one, divine consciousness. So it could be that you feel interconnected spiritually, and where if you are in this in an expansive state, you are in a sense of oneness with the light, meaning with higher power. All right, and you feel the energy of their presence here with the crown chakra. All right, so this is, crown chakra is like the light of understanding. exactly what you're going through right here and what it is that you desire. So if you desire love, then great. If you desire truth or honesty, then great, right? You have to understand how to transmute this energy. Behind presence is sexuality, which Mars is in the sign of Scorpio. It's all about sexuality right now, okay? So maybe you desire a sense of passion in your life. Um, there's a sense of wanting to be a little bit more open or sharing experiences specifically where your beauty is being honored, okay? Maybe that's something that you feel lacks in your life at this time. All right. I'm gonna do a little festive hocus pocus tarot. Okay. Let's get fun with the energy here because it feels a little like blah. Okay. Come on. All right, let's see. Show me this sacral chakra energy with the desires. The Tower. All right, so you feel like there's a tower movement currently right now happening on your goals or in your passionate life or what it is that you crave in love. All right. Tower is a Scorpio energy. All right, so if it's connected to Scorpio's energy, that means that love and compassion is also connected to the emotional state. All right, because if this is what you truly desire, then you're trying to transmute Scorpio's energy, transmute how it is that you want and or what you desire to bring in a sense of love in your life. Okay, let's see. So you would expect an equal give and take in the amount of compassion that is given to you. Well, given to you. Eight of Pumpkins. So this could be, I mean, having to work out situations that haven't worked out previously. This could be in the workplace, okay? If you want love and compassion towards something that you desire, if it is a goal and you see sudden changes taking place, all right, then it has to be, it could even be health, right? Love and compassion for yourself and wanting to bring in better health. I mean, Venus is in the sign of Virgo, right? It's love, it's beauty, it's, you know what I mean, the money that you bring in from however you feel. Like I keep hearing the other day they kept saying like health is wealth, right? That's what this is kind of giving me as well. So if you have specific goals in which you want to accomplish or fulfill, the Tower moment is saying transmute the energy so you put in the work so that love and compassion is rather drawn to you or you attract it rather than, you know what I mean, having to push out so much and having to chase it. That's what it feels like. All right, and then you're going to communicate about this. You're going to be honest with yourself and say, okay, well, this is what I want. This is what I'm going after. I'm seeing Scorpio and Virgo's energy here, which is a sextile and which typically works harmoniously. All right, it's compatible. So you'll notice the shift in the energy once you start working on it. See what I'm saying? It's a transformation. I just saw 3333 on the clock. It's part of a transformation here. Heavy on the Scorpio energy with the Tower and the Death card. All right, so this is how you're going to more so start transmuting the energy. Ace of Pentacles. And it could bring in so many different opportunities for like brand new beginnings, right? And Ace of Pentacle can be many different areas in your life. It could be your career. It could be in connection to your family. It could be your materialistics, your finances, right? A sense of value or whatever it may be that brings happiness into your life. All right. And then you end up closing out cycles that possibly have hurt you. The World card, it's like you brought structure into that dynamic of you continuously trying to transmute the energy and not seeing change. If you actually understand what it is that you have to work through, Eight of Pentacle energy, then you would understand what needs to end so that you can transmute and step back into this energy of like love. All right. Let's see. I feel like a real therapist today, let me tell you. Show me this energy of divine consciousness. So I guess again, your emotional state being connected to your mental and what you understand, it kind of feels like the presence of the higher power is there with you to kind of like walk you through that situation. All right, Judgment. Yeah, this is part of like your ascension. It's your awakening period of how to tap into higher power. When you can control a situation, and where you're not emotionally, you know what I mean, reacting to something rather than mentally saying, okay, well, let me get creative. How can I transmute this energy? Then you can come out and you can speak truth, right? Through the throat chakra. You can express yourself and get creative. All right, let's get this one card on the presence here. So this is your awareness, your attention to something, how you have a connection to something, or how you bring something into your reality. All right, so we're speaking about Neptune retrograding in the house of self, right? Um, Neptune is all about utilizing the imagination to get creative and coming out in a sense of an illusion to bring it to your reality, right? And then we have the Seven of Potions, which again, it could be where you have many different options with something. You feel that there's a sense of illusion around you. Seven of Cups. Maybe there's a secret that you're holding. All right. Um, it just kind of gives me like a very like Neptunian energy. It's you have to get creative. Look, she's like stirring up some shit in this pot. I don't know what she's making, but she's about to turn it into something, right? So you're gonna feel the presence of something that you're passionate about or something that you want to share. Sexuality doesn't necessarily have to be legit sexuality. It could be something that brings a sense of intimacy to your life that you feel connected to, where you can show love and compassion for something that you desire, right? All right, one more card. And I'm seeing here the Two of Wands, Two of Candles. So it's like now you make a plan. All right, a meal would be great. All right, I'm seeing like apples on a stick. Listen, this is like candy apples. Maybe you need something sweet in your life. All right, that's what I'm seeing. Like make a plan. Um, hang some decorations, light some candles. I don't know. Make something around your energy feel a little bit more warm. You know what I mean? Light a candle. It's getting cold outside. Like we're in fall season, right? Light a candle, have a good meal, decorate a little bit. Like make your environment around you feel it, even if it's just not that, but within yourself, right? Something having to transform. Seven of Wands, and where you feel a sense of protection around you. All right, sense of protection is what it feels like. And the Five of Pumpkins. This could be where you're going through a difficult time and a change. It could be like financial or material changes. Typically, Five of Pentacles has a lot to do with that. If you felt like you had a certain foundation, oh, pumpkin carving. That's fun. My sister bought like 3 pumpkins yesterday. I can't wait to see them do it. Um, Pumpkin carving could be something creative to express yourself as well. You know, it's fall season. All right, so where do we have the full moon in Aries coming up? So I'm seeing like full moon in Aries, expressing yourself, carving a pumpkin, showing and or expressing yourself. All right, even through times that you feel like you're going through difficulty. Any type of 5 in tarot is going to represent some sort of like change that's taking place for you. All right, so full moon in Aries is happening, I believe, on the 6th of this month. I mean, here we are on the 2nd, right? So it looks like, yeah, within the next 4 days. Okay. Let's see. And then we got Lovers. So the energy exchange is there. I'm seeing 911 on the clock. Maybe you're exchanging numbers with a cop. Something like that. I'm just kidding, you guys. But it's giving the Lovers. All right. So I feel like the more energy that you exude out to the universe is what you're going to attract back. And if that's what you want, is to seek in, or you're desiring love, you're desiring compassion, you're desiring to put your mindset to something so you can, you know what I mean, receive that reciprocity that you're seeking for, you got to get out the head. All right, here's the energy of the Eight of Swords once again, and where I spoke about Jupiter in Gemini's energy is like, let me pull the card for you real quick so you can see what I'm talking about. It feels like you're kind of like bluffing other people, which that's not the case. I feel like it's about you having to make a choice, and more than likely the choice has to be where it's like romantic. I mean, Mars did just step out of Libra not too long ago, and now Mars is in the sign of Scorpio. So if you made the wrong choices back when Mars was in Libra, then more than likely right now there could be a sense of revenge in the energy, and it can be with anything. All right, you could just be overthinking this situation or feeling trapped. More than likely, if you fucked up in love, that's what this is speaking about, okay? And then the Nine of Wands, you have kind of like your boundary up to things, which is fine, right? Everybody kind of makes mistakes, but here's the Six of Swords. It's kind of like, how do we move on from this, right? the Star card. I would imagine just have hope and faith and just really keep focusing on what it is that you truly desire. Okay. And then I see Six of Cups. Possibly, more than likely, you're going to have like memories or nostalgic energies of the past. This could be like desiring something, okay? Or wanting to bring balance in from situations from the past. What else do I have here? The Hermit. So you keep to yourself. That's all it is. You keep to yourself. All right. Let's get past this. I was gonna say, where is my stuff? All right, let's get into Kipper. Dogs, compassion, love is all we need. Aw. Dogs. Okay. I know back in the day I had a cat and my cat got ran over, and it was like during the time frame of my sweet 16. And I mean, I cried all day. And I remember my aunt coming in, like smacking me on the back, well, on the shoulder. She goes, and she told me in Spanish, pendeja, deja de estar llorando. And I was like, how do you want me to stop crying? Like, I love my pet. She goes, I'll just buy you a new damn pet. What do you want? You have to stop crying. Your eyes are going to be puffy for your sweet 16. I lost my cat and I went and got a rabbit. Don't ask me why I went and got a rabbit, but that's what I wanted at the time. They were so cute and furry, and I was like always playing with them and stuff. And then my freaking rabbit died too. And I was just like, maybe pets are not for me. Oh my gosh. I don't know. See what I'm saying? There's this energy of like mental imprisonment or something. That's what it's been feeling like lately. What is this? Message of concern. Alright. What else? So somebody could be like stuck in their head about something. What's happening right now in the 12th house for specific signs? Let's say that Neptune is in its domicile energy, retrograding in its ruling house in the 12th house for Tauruses. So there's a review there in the 12th house for Tauruses. Let me just look at the transits so I can kind of like give you guys an idea of like who might be dealing with what. Regarding the retrogrades is what I'm going to more so focus on here. So Tauruses, you might just be overthinking situations with Neptune being in his domicile house in Aries in your 12th house, okay, of imprisonment. Maybe you feel ill. Maybe you don't feel that you're thinking about something properly, right? Like maybe you feel like you've made some sort of mistake. I don't know. There's a review there. For Aries, you guys have Saturn and Chiron in Pisces in your 12th house. So there's something that's bringing like structure to a situation where you feel like you've been like overthinking something or mentally entrapped about it, like concerned about what you're going to do or how you're going to transmute that energy, bringing structure to it. All right. Uranus is retrograding in Gemini for Cancers, Sun, Moon, Rising. All right, and that's in your 12th house. So Uranus is going to bring in some sort of chaos to the mental state, especially because it's in an air sign in the 12th house, right? And then we have, who else is retrograding? We did Neptune, we did Uranus, we did Saturn. So Pluto is in Aquarius in the 12th house for Sun, Moon, Rising, Pisces energy. And it's basically saying like whatever is going to transform is going to bring a major change to the way that you are dealing with something that requires a lot of compassion as well. And Sun, Moon, Rising, Pisces for the 12th house with Pluto being there in the 12th house. Who else is here in retrograding? Chiron and Aries. All right, so again, Chiron and yeah, Chiron retrograding. It's like a core wound that Tauruses are dealing with right now. These are specific areas. Mercury being in the 12th house. All right, because Mercury in the 12th house, and what we saw it come out like you're supposed to be inspiring other people by how to like utilize your intellect. Sun, Moon, Rising, Scorpio's energies. Okay, so I mean, Venus in the 12th house for Libras, all right? Venus is actually exalted in the 12th house, and um, Venus being in Virgo gives you a sense of freedom. So you could be utilizing things that are creative and, you know what I mean, using your imagination to transmute the energy. So, and the sun is shining in Libra right now, so Libras are like popping. Look at Cardi B. I mean, she is popping right now, right? Yeah, I like it. All right, and then the moon in Aquarius right now is going to bring a sense of independence. You guys know this. Going to bring a sense of independence. All right, let's move on. I mean, I just saw that. So there could be like messages of concern of imprisonment for those specific signs because of where those transits are happening for sun, moon, risings. Again, Taurus, Aries, Pisces, Aquarius is, no, not Aquarius, because Aquarius, Capricorn, there's nothing much happening in your 12th house. All right, pathway. All right, so maybe the pathway is changing for a lot of people here. There looks like there could be some sort of transformation that's taking place because I am seeing the butterflies here. There is light at the end of the tunnel, or whatever this pathway is sending you, or wherever you're going. Okay. Marriage could be of significance, or the pathway to marriage. I just heard religion, so I don't know if you guys are like making changes, all right, to like a major journey in your lifetime here. Okay, like a major change. I see the despair card under this. I see adjudication, and I also see coffin. So whatever this journey is for you, it could be, I mean, if you're going through a divorce, or if you have recently left a job, or if you have ended a marriage, there could be a lot of different things that come through that says you've got to transmute the energy of a sense of imprisonment in the mind, right? I mean, it could be many different things. Let's see. Show me imprisonment here. I'm going to use Oracle of the Radiant Sun for this. It's almost like you're dealing with feeling like you're going to be judged. It's given like spiritual court energy here. You know what I mean? It's given that because it's given like adjudication, marriage. You know what I mean? Like something that you have to kind of release yourself from. And let's just think of it emotionally and or mentally. It's not something that you're going to be too happy about. All right, let's see imprisonment. So like even this guy, when I came up with, you know, the whole thing in the reading about a pet, I don't know if somebody's like losing out on a pet. I'm not trying to say fuck you. I'm just, okay, let's do this finger check. This is gonna be like grieving a pet or something like that. Like you could be in despair about that. It could be in the sign in the picture, it says not hiring. Maybe you're trying to find work and you feel imprisoned or concerned about this pathway that you're on right now and the major changes that it's creating in your life and the journey you have to go down. Or how something is being like adjudicated, whether it's in your favor or not, in connection to something that you felt committed to, right? It's a major change. So it could be about you opening up some sort of enterprise that makes you feel imprisoned in your mind. Is this going to work? Is this not going to work? That type of thing, all right? We did a reading the other day on that. I think it was the whole Vesta and Juno thing, because it spoke about marriage and like having to come together with those that are down a spiritual journey right now. And it kind of feels like if you've been trying to start up a business, it feels a lot more difficult than what it needs to be. But that's because you need to bring something creative to it. You know what I mean? Message of concern here is because you've been, look at this, you've been devoted to trying to like start up some sort of enterprise or something. Or maybe you have to walk away from something that you felt you put a lot of energy into already. Jupiter in Aries is like, I want to open up this business. I want to get expansive. I want it to be big, right? Because Jupiter makes everything feel like it's much bigger than what it is. Saturn in Libra's energy in tarot is the Three of Swords. So it kind of feels like, well, damn, if that didn't work out, then there's a sense of imprisonment of this business or this enterprise isn't going to work out for me. And I can't believe that's happening, right? Like, it could be that. All right, or if you're starting up a business and you have to separate in order to devote yourself to this business, that could be you separating from family, separating from a lover, separating from those that you choose to be around on a daily basis, right? It's like you having to now create some sort of routine for yourself to keep yourself on the pathway to win, right? Rather than experiencing losses. But what I see here is a pathway of transformation, and then however that transformation takes place is how you have to transmute the energy. All right, so the pathway card here is coming out with a sense of fulfillment. Maybe you feel like this is over, this is done with, this draining me. Saturn and Sag is the 10 of Wands. It's kind of giving me like physically fucking draining you. All right, show me the coffin. Eccentricity. And if you're an eccentric person and you're very idealistic, if you're innovative, and now these are all the energies that came out earlier when I pulled from this deck. This is about you not wanting to give up, because I'm seeing Jupiter in Aries, and then I'm seeing Saturn in Libra, Saturn in Sag, and Saturn in Aquarius. This is giving me all air and fire energies. Libra and Aquarius air, Sag is fire. Saturn says, I'm going to remain structured. I'm going to remain ambitious. I'm going to persevere. I'm going to achieve this goal. That's what this is giving me. That's legit what it's saying here. So this journey that you could be on could be a bit draining because it feels like you're taking losses. And it could be because something's being adjudicated in connection to a marriage. This could be something outside of what you're trying to create. If you're having to walk away from a relationship or a marriage that you've been with, let's just say for a long ass time, then it kind of puts in this energy of like, I'm going to take a major loss here. All right. Courthouse says poverty. You know what I mean? Courthouse says you're not going to be dealing with this. Something's going to require a major change, and then the expectation of that could be creating some sort of sense of fear, but in the mental though, right? Little did you know it comes through with a gift at the end of it all. All right, comes through with some sort of gift. All right, so let's just look on the positive side to this. If you're starting up an enterprise and whatever it is that you do, this is something that you feel you've been devoted to. You have a sense of fulfillment with this. You are putting all your energy into being very eccentric, original, unique, creating your own thing. You're on this journey, but it's not taking off as fast as you want it to. Do you give up? No. You're in this energy of like, I'm going to be restless with this. I'm going to continue moving forward with this journey. Right? Show me this energy of despair. You have a sense of authority around you, or you feel that you're going to take a loss because you're not stepping into your power. This is the reason why you're being restless. So now I'm picking up on this energy of like, if you are trying to get creative with something and you do desire something to come to fulfillment, if there's no love and or compassion in it for you, you feel like you're going to lose out on something. You don't feel like you have control of this situation. And it could be in anything, right? If you feel like you're about to lose out on your love partner and you can't control that situation, you're like, I'm in my power and I'm going to remain restless in this, and I'm going to, you know what I mean? I'm going to try to continue to work it out. I want to be devoted to you. I want to fulfill this, lifetime journey with you. Let's be a little bit more eccentric and step outside of the box here and see what we can change. If something says it's time for change, then it's expect change. That's what it's pushing you. It's giving me like a Pluto and Aquarius energy. We started off here being idealistic. How do you expect to transform a situation if you're not being open to the change, right? Show me this adjudication. The birth. See what I'm saying? You're trying to create something new. This is technically the Two of Cups in tarot. It shows me that there could be like a new soulmate connection that comes in. This is about you getting creative and birthing something new, whether that's a business, all right? It could be a new child stepping into your life if you are in this marriage energy. Like, the old marriage isn't the same. Now you've got like an infant stepping into this connection. So it's a change, you know what I mean? It's a major change, and it requires adaptability. So again, this can be many different areas of your life, and where you feel that Courthouse says there needs to be some sort of diplomacy here if you feel kind of left out in poverty, quote unquote, right? And then the expectation of the change may be fearful, but what you don't see is that there's some sort of divine blessing or a gift that comes in with this. All right, let's see poverty. Impulsiveness. I feel like that's the freak out moment. The Mars in Aries is a very like arrogant person, over the top, trying to put yourself into the lead of a situation, and it's because you want to remain optimistic about something, because you're not accepting the change, like I'm saying. All right, let's see. Accepting change. The Sun in Cancer. This could possibly involve family or a home dynamic, and then the Sun in Libra. Look at that. So this could be like relationships involving or partnerships involving. This could be like having a partner with someone in the home environment. This could be about changes that are going to be happening in your relationship house, in your home house. This could be about like having partnerships in the home environment. All right, let's just say you're working from home, you're contracted to something where you have to work from home. It's like expect change, but the good thing about it comes a gift. Let's see what the gift is. In my head, I was like, watch it be some bullshit. The gift is publicity, you having a win. I like it. It's not a bad thing. It's a good thing. I was like, let it be some bullshit. So Mercury and Libra's energy, it kind of feels like some bullshit because you feel like you got a snake around you. That's what I knew it was something. I felt it. All right, like publicity says victory, you're having some sort of win. Mercury and Libra's energy currently, right, happening right now. This can speak about like being or warning yourself, all right, about like deceptive courtships. You know what I mean? Like be careful that there isn't some sort of rumors going around with the person that you're partnered with, that type of thing. Or let's just be sure that however your contracts are coming in, all the details are being looked over. You're not getting yourself involved, especially if it's a business, into some bullshit. You know what I'm saying? It's given that. It's given that. Let's get back to like Sears. Oh my gosh. The tension lately, you guys, is ridiculous. Jupiter in Aries. Jupiter in Aries. The Empress. I like it. So you're creating. All right, you're creating there. Show me devotion. This is all Saturn energy, by the way. Saturn in Libra, Saturn in Sag, Saturn in Aquarius. With devotion, fulfillment, and eccentricity, I'm going to pull 3 cards. 3 of Pentacles. You're stepping into your power here, stepping into a sense of authority. You're protecting your energy or what you have fulfilled thus far, and you're ascending with judgment. I like it. All right, I like that. So it definitely brings in a sense of transformation. I'm seeing Mars and Leo. I'm seeing Pluto's energy here, which there's a heavy transformative energy happening there alone because that's all Scorpio. And over here we have Mars and Capricorn. Mars and Capricorn is like at its exaltation there. So you have a sense of drive or perseverance again to be able to create and or step into your power of whatever it is that the Empress is. The Empress could be like, I'm having a baby. I know I'm expecting this baby. I'm going to protect this baby in this womb. Okay, this could be like a project. I'm just saying. I'm protecting this baby in this womb. And I'm going to make sure that when I transmute this energy, I ascend to be a better person. Something like that. Okay. Restlessness. So this is you doing something restless. All right. The World card. If something is calling for a closing of a cycle, it's more than likely going to have you birth something new. Let's just be clear. But it requires in tarot for you to take a leap of faith with something else. So if something's ending and you're about to start creating something new, then obviously this is about how you're going to choose to create that and how you're going to do it in a very eccentric way to ascend to the next level. All right. Show me authority. 4 of Swords. Maybe you feel like you need some time to rest, rejuvenate, negotiate with yourself, okay, about this next chapter that you're stepping into here. Jupiter and Libra, it could be an opportunity for a new marriage, a new contract, a new something. I don't know. Maybe you chose to not have children for a while, all right? And now that has changed. Now you want babies. Something like this, okay? It's a major change where you kind of like have to rest on it. And again, there's a nest here. For a lot of you, you're going to get pregnant this year. A lot of you are going to be pregnant this year. I'm seeing many different signs. It's like I'm getting protecting the womb. Feminine energy here, obviously. That's a sign. That's crazy as fuck. I haven't sneezed this entire time. I'm seeing a nest here. I'm seeing pregnancy here. It's all over this board. Somebody's getting pregnant this year. Or you're birthing something new. You're starting an enterprise. You're moving to a new home. You're getting a new pet. You're getting married to someone new. This is a sign, okay? So again, the more fearful you are of changes that are happening into your life right now, you don't even realize that it actually brings you in a sense of a new gift. It's a win. It's a major win. And it could be the influence of those that you have surrounded by you right now, that where you may not feel like you're at your best. If this is a project, you have to remain concentrated on whatever it is that you're doing here. And the influence of the energy around you could be where it's like, okay, I need structure, okay, in order to create whatever this is. Show me birth. Show me birth. The Page of Pentacles. Absolutely. This is going to be like a, I don't know. It kind of feels like a skill. This pages are children in tarot. This could be like a new project. All right. You stepping into new money. Pentacles is money, right? There's many different things. Let's do the adaptability card here. Knight of Swords. I'm more than likely it's gonna have like you feeling like you need to chase after something. Like this could be chasing after your dream or chasing after what it is that, you know what I mean? I know I have to be adaptable in this. This is the direction I need to go in. That's where I'm going. It's given that. All right. So being next to the Page of Pentacles, this is about you chasing after what the opportunity is at hand. All right. And this is why if you're going through a specific portal that something's closing out and you know you're going to have to move restlessly towards a new journey, then more than likely you need to get some rest and rejuvenate. All right. I don't know. I just heard harvest season. That could be a message. You're going to be harvesting something. Show me the impulsiveness here. And you remaining optimistic during times where you feel like you're dealing with poverty or you having to bring balance or diplomacy to a situation, harmony to a situation. So you're going to be utilizing your resources here to keep things in harmony. And I see that being the expectation of change, remaining adaptable, knowing what you have to chase after. All right, the Fool card, it's the brand new beginning. Show me resourcefulness and harmony. Queen of Cups, control your emotional state. See what I'm saying? Show me publicity here. This is where you have the victory and when the gift comes in. I love it. Slow but steady wins the race. Don't rush anything. That's what it is. You're going to feel like I want to chase this. Slow and steady wins the race. I would imagine you have to remain concentrated. And again, Mercury and Libra's energy says you would have to kind of like, I just heard scope the scene of what it is that's going to be around you during the time of your transformation, so you know what kind of energies you're working with here. Again, you're probably stepping out of a time that you've been feeling like despair, poverty. You're at a different type of energy where you kind of have to pick yourself up, because the key's right here by the door. What is the key? It's Chiron. It's you're going through a core wound healing. That's exactly what it is. And then it kind of feels like either it's tended to be manipulated and or fucking over your manifestations almost, but that's within yourself, you know what I mean, and whatever you've got going on in your life is what it feels like. So it may come off where it looks like malicious to other people, that you're being strategic against them, or there's a sense of jealousy or envy or deception. I don't think that's what it is. It's about your transition and how you're moving forward, right? It's about you stepping into calmer shores in your emotional state. Once again, I see Queen and King of Cups here, where there has to be, it's giving me like 10 of Cups energy, emotional balance, okay? You have to be grounded overall and coming out of this state of feeling like, nah, I think I'm good. You know what I mean? Because it can be burdening you physically with all the changes that are taking place. You're not happy about it, but you know you got to do something about it. You got to fulfill this, whatever it is. All right. A lot of you could be experiencing like changes in your home environment or your family dynamic involving the masculine energy of who was like the protector, the provider, right? And going through some sort of separation there, or dealing with some sort of wound, and where either someone has walked away, there has been some sort of betrayal, and it's kind of like you're sitting within your emotions of what that has led you to understand that I have to push and create this something new. All right. And again, there's the attachment in the emotional state of that. So that can come out to be very like egotistical, okay, towards others. There could be a dynamic of desiring, all right? So this could be an obsession of desiring to have a stable foundation or a stable career. This is Capricorn energy, stable career, right? It has a lot to do with how you're working through your own emotions or working through the changes. I'm seeing the moon cycles, how that's affecting the energy of your abundance and how you're going to make change to that. And then understanding that you've taken a major loss. Ten of Swords is like a stab in the back. It was unexpected. Especially if it had to be with someone that you were with long term. So you got to step into your power. You got to get creative. You got to be confident. You got to be, I'm that bitch energy. It's given that. Or I'm that ninja energy. I don't know. Focus on the passion, and then you can kind of like gain control again of what you have going on in your life. All right, so I like it. It feels good. I feel like you're going to end up attracting someone that is kind of towards your vibe. The passion's there. The sex is great. The workplace is awesome. You love what you do for work. You know what I mean? Your friends are amazing. Whatever makes you feel like you're stepping out of yourself, it could be that it's helping you become a better person. It's like focusing on what the plan is ahead. Two of Wands. All right, so yeah, I'm seeing strength and courage and loyalty, and like, but give that all to yourself first, or to a project that you are building here, so that you know exactly what is taking place in your life. And of course, everything comes with a challenge, because life just is that way. Everything's gonna not work perfectly for you. All right, but there's obstacles and everything, so this is something that you can definitely overcome. Yeah. All right, let's move past this. I feel like I'm gonna get sick. The weather's changing. All my damn sweatpants and all that stuff that I ordered. I told you guys, my shit got stolen. I'm pissed. Because I'm cold now. I'm over here in fucking tank tops that are like ripping apart. All right, let's see. Let's get going. Let's get go. I'm telling you, it's like, if it's not one thing, it's another, you guys. With me, my fucking life is crazy. I'm being drawn back to like the energies here. All right, so I want to pull. Okay, let's do the answer oracle real quick. I want to pull a card for where the transits are happening currently with like the Sun in Libra. There's a lot of air energy going on right now. We've got Sun, Moon, Mercury, Uranus, and Pluto in air signs. So the intellect right now is like on fire. All right, show me the Sun in Libra energy collectively. Sun in Libra energy. The father figure is here. So there could be where the partnership, okay, Libra, the partnership to a father figure could be of significance. I mean, we just came out of the moon in Capricorn, which is seen as general like father figure energy. To the Sun in Libra, it could have been where there was a lesson to be taught there. It could have been like a challenge for you, creating some sort of tension. Even if it's a feminine energy around you, a sense of authority is needed in the environment, is what it feels like, in order to teach something, okay? I don't know, I said something earlier about like harvesting, so maybe that's what this is. It's like bringing structure or discipline to a harvest season for you, okay? Let's get into the moon's energy in Aquarius. Moon in Aquarius. Whoa, what was that? Hold on, there it is. All right, so there's a sense of purifying, cleaning something up, emptying, and or organizing something. Aquarius's energy, if you are purifying an energy or cleaning something up, you're doing it independently. You're not doing it with something or someone else, right? Moon in Aquarius says, I got this. Emotionally, I can clean up my own emotions. That's what this is given. So the message here with the father and purifying, maybe you are separating yourself again from a father figure. Maybe you are having to step into your own authority and clean up your own shit in life. Maybe you are having, I don't know, I see a home here. Okay, maybe you're having to fucking paint the outside of your home yourself because your father figure is not around or your man isn't around anymore, for my feminines, just saying. But this is something in your life that could be, it's a quote unquote drastic change. No, it's not, because you're a boss ass bitch. You got this, right? Like, I'm telling you, it's the energy. It's like, this is your time. It's what it's giving me. It's your time. Let's do Mercury Libra. So it's, again, we're speaking about heavy mental energies here. All right, it's a mental thing. It's like you have to be mentally strong, and in order to do that, more than likely you have to be in good health, right? Show me Mercury and Libra's energy. Giving up on the previous plan. And that's the fucked up part about it, right? Because you had a specific influence of a relationship around you, and it says that now you have to embrace the change. I told you guys, You're purifying an energy of a father figure being around you and having to give up on a previous plan and literally jumping on that plane mentally and fucking skyrocket to the top is what it's giving me here. Like it's a mental thing. You know what I mean? Like pack the shit up in the suitcase, leave that fucking suitcase there, fuck that suitcase, and just go. It's giving that. All right. Let's see Venus and Virgo. All right, let's see Venus and Virgo. So this could be bringing love into a situation and what you do for work, okay? Limit. You feel like you have a boundary here. You want something to speed up for you. Could be. If you're getting creative in what you do for work, you're going to want that shit to take off. If you have to bring structure, father energy, to a situation that you know needs to be organized and you have to make some sort of changes and where you've done something previously in the past one way, and now in order for something to speed up, you have to put a boundary up to how you did something in the past, that could be feeling limited and or needing a sense of a change as well. So let's just say Venus and Virgo, maybe you're focusing in on a lifestyle change in your health, right? Because it's health. Virgo's energy, or how your day-to-day routines are. You have to put a limit or a boundary to something in order for you to achieve a specific goal. I haven't eaten in today 4 days. I'm going on a fucking, what do you call that? Like a cleanse, I guess? Not even purposely. It's because I don't have money for food. But everything happens for a reason. You get what I'm trying to say? So I feel like mentally I'm okay. I don't need to like put myself in a mental state like, oh, I'm gonna be fucked. No, I'm not. I'm gonna be fine, right? Things will happen when they're supposed to happen, and that's just the way that God works. Like, but it's again, it's giving up on a previous plan and letting that go so that you can embrace the change. What's today? Yom Kippur? I was looking this up. Apparently, you're supposed to be fasting and not working. Yes, thank you, Karan. You're supposed to be fasting today. This could be a thing. It doesn't even have to be that it's a religion. It's the energy is calling for it. Okay. So Venus's energy in Virgo, your health and how your beauty and all that is supposed to be taken off for you. It's like your health is your wealth. That's what I'm feeling. All right. Let's move into Mars and Scorpio. I don't think Mars and Scorpio is too happy. Okay. Okay, there's two cards I see came out upright. So love your worth. That's a transformational energy, of course. If you're going through an ending and or transmuting an energy, loving yourself and loving what you know you're worth is everything, right? So appreciation, feeling respected, or being around those that you can trust, okay? Knowing that your efforts are being rewarded or success lies in your hand, because obviously Scorpio's energy wants a sense of abundance, right? What am I seeing here also flipped over? Chaos. There could be chaos in you feeling appreciated in your love life. There could be chaos in you knowing your worth. That's a definite, like, deep emotional feeling. That's Scorpio's energy. Mars and Scorpio is going to bring that shit out of you and say, okay, let's take action. What are we doing, right? That's what this is. It feels like a sense of corruption could be happening right now in connection to wanting respect or feeling like those that you can trust. Or again, if you're putting your effort into something and something like towers down, it's giving me tower moment on something that you put your effort into, and you having to make those changes and give up on a previous plan to start something new, that's a major transformation, right? It sucks. That's the whole point. All right, let's get into Jupiter and Cancer. And this is where earlier the energy came out with speculation. All right, speculation. Jupiter and Cancer's energy. Let's see. Peace. You want peace and harmony and order into your life. All right, so if you're going to be in Jupiter's energy, bringing in a sense of abundance and prosperity and expansion and growth and new opportunities, it kind of feels like you need to be in this energy of serenity and calmness and not over expanding your mind, or you know what I mean, or your emotional state, the inner healing that has to take place here with it being in the sign of Cancer. And again, this could be the expansion of anything in the home environment, in your community. All right. Cancer's energy is the divine feminine energy, right? It has a lot to do with bringing massive changes to you wanting peace in your life emotionally. How are you going to do that? Making change. All right. Saturn in Pisces. Destiny. That's crazy because Saturn is structure, it's discipline. It's where you have to want to persevere in order for you to outshine this cage. You could be beautiful in that cage right now, but your destiny calls for you to be down a specific road, for you to focus on specific responsibilities, or you being shackled to something that doesn't no longer serve you. It's holding you back rather than you actually pushing forward and being in the energy of peace in your life. So the speculation here, and where it came out earlier with the speculation and loss card in the Oracle of the Radiant Sun, in which we first saw, it's being clarified by peace and destiny. So your destiny requires some sort of peace in your life, but you feel shackled or responsible for something or someone else. That's the energy. It's saying that. All right, Uranus and Gemini. What are the changes that are happening here? And Uranus will retrograde back into Taurus. Neptune will retrograde back into Pisces. Saturn's already has retrograded back into Pisces. These are the three planets that I'm speaking of right now that are going to have the most change coming up in 2026. All right, so that's just FYI. What am I doing? Neptune. No, Uranus and Gemini. Interesting. Deadline and determination. So if you've struggled desperately to overcome some sort of let's say time frame with something, okay, timing is Saturn's energy. It required determination. You felt like synchronicity says, right now's the time. Right now I need to be in the moment. Right now I need to have belief in victory, that I'm on the right pathway here. That's crazy. Because if you feel like you have no peace in your life and your destiny is blocked, is because there's some shit that needs to change around you. It clearly tells you you need to be on your pathway here. All right. Show me Neptune and Aries. Passion. What did I say? You got to get creative and you have to go after what your hobby is, what you find interest in. That's crazy. Show me Pluto. Where's the transformation taking place in Aquarius? You may feel rejected from a lot of different people here. And that hurts, right? Because it requires for you to, like, it feels taboo. You're not used to wanting to go after a specific passion, putting in so much determination, or having a specific time frame of a deadline or something, and feeling like, okay, well, destiny says I'm not at peace. It's because something feels like it requires a change. You had to give up on that previous plan. You felt like in order for things to speed up, something needed to be organized. It could have been in connection to a father figure. It could have been where you felt your efforts weren't being rewarded. You felt that you were being held back. You felt that you had to continue to push harder than what was necessary here. But it was all part of the North Node in Pisces. So let's see what that is. So if something is being rejected to you, it's probably not for you. All right, North Node Pisces. Maybe it had a lot to do with wisdom and knowledge and experience, and you stepping into a sense of authority within yourself first. Okay, maybe you were rejected towards a passion because you weren't ready for it yet. You had something to learn here. You had more to experience. All right, you had to step into your own authority and play the own father figure in your own life. That's what it's given. So that requires discipline. I'm thinking of like Saturn's, and I'm like, I want to say discipline. It requires discipline. So taking time out and avoiding everything else around you so that you can experience change in your life. And everybody else around you isn't going to be happy about that, because they're going to feel like, well, you're rejecting me, or I don't, you know what I mean? It's going to affect your relationships with children, your relationship with family members, your relationship with co-workers, your relationship with business partners. It can, everything, right? It could affect you yourself and who you are as a person, because you're transforming also. Show me Chiron, because these are the core wounds. Yeah, you're going through some sort of healing. It's almost like you're in fucking surgery. Redefining yourself. Repairing whatever hurt you in the past. And then you come into alignment. You become open again. You come, into harmony again. And then you're open to collaborating with other people. This is a journey. This isn't something that's coming from day to day. No, absolutely not. This is a big deal. So you're like receiving treatment within yourself right now. All right, or this is the way that the energies are working, especially with Saturn, Uranus, Neptune, Pluto, and Chiron being all in retrograde right now. There's other asteroids that are retrograding. I believe it's Ceres. Hold on a second. Ceres is retrograding with Chiron in the sign of Aries. So Ceres is parenting, nurturing, agriculture. Chiron is the wounded healer. Eros is also retrograding in the sign of Taurus, and it will retrograde back into the sign of Aries. So Eros, Chiron, and Ceres are all going to be together in the sign of Aries, and where Neptune's actually retrograding here as well. So Ceres has all to do with like the desire for sex or something creative, or what brings a desire to you, whatever it is that you're passionate about, right? It's going to be many different areas here. You're dealing with possibly core wounds in situations that you desire or things that you want to get creative with. If this is a sexual partner, this could be about how you're dealing with situations with kids, okay, with parenting, and or how you're nurturing self-care. Major deal. Major deal. What can I end this with? Let's get some positivity here, damn it. Let's get some future higher self oracle cards. Some affirmations. All right, let's see. Let your true colors show, and show your tribe, or shows your tribe how to find you. So if you're seeking out people that you want to come along on your journey, or you want to be an inspiration to other people, the true colors in what you embody are going to attract exactly who's for you. Whether that's relationships, people that you want to build with, work with, you know what I mean? You got to be in your authenticity is what that's kind of giving me here. And I'm seeing heavy on the blues and purples. So it's giving like upper chakra energies. It says, be the brave and authentic soul that you were always destined to be. So that's what I'm saying. You needing to be your authentic self. You're going to attract exactly who's for you. I'm seeing two ballerinas here. I immediately thought of Gemini energy, and Uranus is in Gemini right now. All right, so the twins. You're reflecting and or attracting. You know what I'm saying? It's giving that. So if this is in love, the same person that you are is exactly who you're attracting. Your success is closer than you can imagine, so just keep going. So if this has to do with your career, then everything that you put into it, that's exactly what you're attracting back. I like it. So your progress could be very slow but steady. Okay? The success is close. It's near. Continue to make the most of every open door. So there could be opportunities that are presenting themselves. Maybe you don't feel like, again, you're fearful of the changes that may be taking place and whatever that may be. All right, continue to make the most of every open door. So every opportunity that you get, don't let it pass you by. It's kind of what it's giving me. I know that's right. All right, let's see. It says life isn't a sprint. It's a long race, and you're not in it to just win it. Okay? Everybody else is coming along with you too. So there's something about like exercising. I'm seeing this woman running on this card. It's a long race. Everything's not going to happen as soon as you want it to. There could be other doorways you have to go to or go through in order for you to get to where you need to go. You know what I mean? I like it. You're not going to win at everything, is the message. You're not going to win at everything. What you find may not be what you expect, but what you truly need. So that's where you kind of have to accept the changes. You're not happy about it, and it may not be what you want, but it's what you need. All right. So if there's a push coming through in your life or you weren't ready for it, or let's just say we've seen through the reading a lot of like birthing new things, whether this is new creative ideas, birthing a child. Maybe you didn't know that's the type of love you needed in your life at this specific time. Maybe you're not planning to have, I keep saying that I'm not having no more kids. I keep seeing the signs though, it's weird. You are the rare flower that blooms in the dark. Keep growing. So it's giving me like a lotus flower. I'm seeing a cat here though. Something about like your intuition could be of significance. Like you're rare. You're eccentric, you're original, you're unique. It's given that. All right, but you bloom in a different way. And it may be that you're coming out of the dark. You know what I mean? That's gonna be, it could be like your whole vibe is changing. You're starting to grow and glow more, is what it feels like. And then I see you pull the strings that control your own life. So again, I don't know, I'm seeing this hand here holding the home. It's like your home is your body, your soul, the way that you see your life in the near future. So whatever it is that you can control, that's you pulling strings in to make yourself a better person. Okay, one more and we out of here. Yeah, I gotta go. Reach for your dreams, knowing that it is already coming true. All right, I mean, I get it. Full moon energy could be of significance again. All right, your dreams are here. Full moon Aries, your Aries placements could be of significance where something's being illuminated there down at the bottom of the deck. You are a beacon for others to follow, so don't hide that bright light that you are. So keep shining. All right, keep being the star that you are. You never know who you're inspiring. You know what I mean? You never know. So keep up with the changes. There's no need for you to be upset about the experiences that you have to go through because everybody's on their own path. There's no reason for jealousy, envy, hatred. You know what I mean? When you win at whatever you have put your mind to, right? You'll notice the change and when it's taking place because you'll feel better about yourself when it happens, right? Thank you, Karan. Love you too. Yeah, everyone is loved. Okay, you all are loved. Rise and shine, Christy. Thank you. Appreciate you. All right, guys. I'm gonna end this here. I promised the members reading, but last night I was exhausted. I had to do and take care of a couple things, and when I got back, I wasn't really in the mood. But I'm gonna do members today. We may do an all signs today, just depending. And then I always give you guys a community chat every day, so we'll go from there. All right, love you all. Catch you on the next one. Bye.